Marty, you'd be flipping hopeless on Top Gear, you would, with a womanly squeal like that.
Did you hear that? It was... You could have gone quicker running.
I haven't made a profession of crashing into things.
Anyway, I don't think a man with ridiculous long hair talking about cars on television is ever going to catch it.
Do you think this technology can work? Do you think it's a good thing?
Well, you can say the technology works. You saw
Well, it works. I think the thing is, it's aimed at impacts that happen at under 20 miles an hour.
Because they've used radar in the past. This is laser and infrared that brings it to a complete halt. But they've used radar in the past, so you can have cruise control. So on the motorway, you put the car in cruise control, and then it maintains a constant distance from the car in front. And that actually will bring the car to a complete halt.
If it gets time.
That's the
This works only 6 metres in front of the car, so it comes in really quickly and it brings you to a hard, emergency stop. Yeah. So it will stop you impacting. The thing is, it's for all those kind of horrible, when you're in the sort of the traffic jam and you look away and suddenly you go into the back.
But it's one of those things, you kind of, if you're sort of unloading responsibility from the driver, I just don't know if I completely rely on
I kind of agree with you there, because a lot of people go, oh no, because if you know you've got that system on board, you'll stop concentrating. I don't think anybody would drive a car knowing they've got that. I'm going to look out the window at that, because it doesn't matter even if something stops. It'll stop me. Yeah. But all the same...
No, I want to be in control of it.
Yeah, but bits of your brain do start to rot. Like, all our navigation skills are getting worse all the time now, because we rely on sat-nav, and suddenly your sat-nav stops working, you can't find your way home, suddenly, can you?
So you think if we know the car will brake to a stop, it'll stop,
maybe,
and then we'll stop
I don't know.
thinking about it.
You might have a psychological effect somewhere now. What is the logical end to all this? Where would we be in 20, 30 years' time? What is the technologically of that?
One of the things I remember them for, this is more technology aimed at driving, sort of intervening in the actual driving process rather than fuel efficiency or cars themselves. One of the things they were talking about for a long time was the idea that motorways would become like a train. All the cars will have systems like that, so they'll all be radar or laser controlled for cruise control to keep the distance. And then when you join, they'll automatically make a gap and you join. And then you get on a motorway and just get in the back and read the paper. But
I mean, I think what would be interesting or be fascinating is if they develop something like that, what they're probably going to have to do is they're probably going to have a system where the cars talk to each other. So they'll be telling each other,
precisely, so
we're slowing up, and so they're
exchanging abuse even.
Sort of strange.
I'd love to break into my computer so it could send special messages to the other car.
Well, if only it had the technology on that horrendous day, Richard. I know you've told this story a million times, I'm sure, about the whole accident, but I mean, even reading the book again...
I did have a slight shunt.
Over the weekend. I mean, it's just incredible that you're sitting here and you're back to normal and, life's good for you.
Yeah, I keep getting told I'm really lucky. I'd have been a lot luckier if the tyre hadn't gone at 290 miles an hour.
So remind us briefly what happened then. We've got a picture of it.
Well, I was driving that, which was a stupid thing to do in the first place, and at 290 miles an hour, you can see the tyre, front right tyre blew, and that spun it off the track, and then it rolled and gambled and crashed. And I didn't, hardly a scratch, but brain damage, which is... well, can be worse.
Well, we say you're back to normal. We didn't know you before. So are you back to normal? Have you?
Well, I don't know, do I?
But have you changed? Those around you must have a sense of whether you've changed.
Anybody who's been through anything, like, I don't mean crashing a jet car. I mean any sort of near-death experience of any sort. It's a taste of mortality. So yeah, that changes you, but not in massive, massive ways. No, I'm fixed.
You see, but I get angry with you because I'm a massive Top Gear fan. I watch it again, and you're back to doing stunts. I kind of thought you'd sort of back off for a while.
No, because that would be... it was bad luck. It does happen.
Yeah, but at a very high speed, Richard.
Well, yeah, but we'd taken precautions to mitigate against... if it did go wrong, would it be all right? So the harness was the best you can get, the crash helmet was the best you can get. It did go wrong, and I'm here. Well, I assume I am here, if I'm not here.
But you don't go 5% slower on your motorbike now or anything? You're just the same man you were?
No, because if I'm driving something on the track for Top Gear, it's exactly the same bunch of people, and I know we'd have thought it out beforehand, taken precautions and decided if something goes wrong, are we covered? Yes. Then fine. It's like any risk. We all take risks. And you look at the risk and you think, is it acceptable? Have we done everything we can? Yes, fine. Well, get on.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you with us, Richard. All week we've been focusing on The One Show and some of the more peculiar claims to fame of some of the places you're watching The One Show.